Dear Mr. Rector, Madam Tsacheva, President of Bulgarian Parliament, dear colleagues, dear friends, but especially dear students. Is it concept or do you understand everything? Okay, so let us go. When I asked a few minutes ago some students if it is free day, they answered yes, it's free day. If in every free day in Sofia University so many persons, so I congratulate you. But first of all, let me congratulate you for your National Day, Day of Freedom, Day of Liberation of Bulgaria. On such a day, we know very well what does it mean freedom. Fortunately, students are young enough not to remember any other category in their country, home country, than freedom. But we know that we always should pay a price for freedom. It is a never-ending story. We must always take care of that, because it could disappear. It is very, very often in our history that we are having freedom and we are losing it because we were not careful enough, not taking care of that. We know that it's not easy to be free. Why? Because freedom is a basis of our values, basic core value. But freedom has got limitations, restrictions even. What kind of restrictions? It's mainly freedom of our other person. If me, as a free person, doing something which is against freedom of other person, it should be limitation for that. So it is so difficult in our free democratic society to find a proper way, because it's very often that our freedom could be against freedom of another person. Well, the most simple example is probably young people, you like very much parties. There's no reaction, you don't like, okay. Could be. Sometimes it happens. And we like to have them whenever we wish and feel good atmosphere for that. When is the best atmosphere for the party? At night, of course. Late in the night. But next flat or below us is somebody going in the morning to work and would like to sleep. It is a very simple example of freedom one person, which is very important, is a disagreement with freedom other person. It's a very simple, and we can solve it, of course, easily. But you must remember about that all the time. It's also something like freedom of speech, very important. Freedom of speech, because dignity of other person is a very big and important restriction and very important limitation for freedom of speech. It is the responsibility of journalists, politicians, but also ordinary people, students, professors. And we must take care about our dignity. When we were fighting for our freedom, we were fighting also for dignity for every person. I remember it very well in my country. I started my public life, not political yet, in 1980. Solidarity started in my country. It was a communist country, like your country 30, 40, 50 years ago. We know what does it mean, because freedom. We know what does it mean occupation. We know what does it mean dictatorship. We are experienced society. And I remember one of the most important slogans of solidarity. No freedom without solidarity. Solidarity is necessary if we would like to be free. Solidarity with another person, responsibility as well. Without responsibility of every one individual person is not freedom. And we were also taking care about dignity, all of us, in solidarity, independent solidarity trade union. Well, I must tell you, I was a member of trade union and even activist for almost 15 years. So I'm very experienced activist in trade union. It was, of course, unusual trade union. It was rather social movement against communism, but still, I have such experience as well. So if I start in few minutes to talk about liberal economy, you should not be too much surprised. And let me say, what does it mean freedom for the poor people? Is another problem with our freedom. Responsibility we know, limitations, restrictions for freedom. What does it mean for poor people? Some of them, they want even not to be so free and to have something to eat. So, very important slogan we should connect with freedom is fighting for prosperity. It's a very difficult task. We cannot achieve it during 1 or 2 decades. Our partners, our friends for Western part of Europe, for the opposite side of Iron Curtain, were building it for 5, 6 decades. So we are very late, but we must do that. It's very important. And they are giving us solidarity signal. And I'm bringing such a solidarity signal to you, to Bulgaria as well, today, straight away from Brussels. What does it mean? We are just about building our strategy against crisis. It's important, first of all, for you, Bulgarian people, to be in Schengen, though. It's important for movement, for mobility of persons, students as well, maybe first of all. It's a very important Eurozone. It is a possibility for you, maybe as a first country after crisis, to join Eurozone. Bulgaria, I would like to congratulate if it would be possible. It would be great for you. We need also common approach to common market. Single market, we must build it. Decide about that once again, because not everything is solved in our single market. We need also prepare our budget for next 7 years, after 2013. And we have two big parts of the budget, 2 big parts. One is for competitiveness of Europe. Why it is so important? If we want to win on the market and to bring jobs on the market, and the most important for our citizens, for Bulgarian citizens, are jobs, of course. If we have more jobs, we are fighting automatically poverty.